Alright everybody, it is now Saturday morning and we're going to do another waking up the fish room video, except today we're not going to wake up the entire fish room at first. I'm not entirely worried about everybody just yet. The first thing I want to do is get my native tank turned on this morning. We'll go have a look at it in a moment and we'll talk about why. So let's just get this one turned on and head over here real quick. Alright, as I was afraid, we've got a lot more dead fish stuck to the power head, and sure enough, there is my warmouth sunfish, very dead and stuck to the power head. Now it also looks like, wow, I even think I have a dead fish stuck to that power head up there. I shot a video of this tank yesterday and I talked about some, well, we got dead fish floating on the surface, we've got dead fish up there. Spoke with about this video, or about this tank yesterday rather, and some of the fish were starting to develop white marks on them, and I thought the white marks might be a result of injury. There you can see some nasty looking stuff on the tail of this eastern stone roller right here. So I wasn't sure whether it was injury or infection or what was going on, but I had a couple of my viewers suggest that it might be a bacterial infection called Columnaris or Columnaris. I'm not exactly sure how to pronounce it. So I did a couple of little quick searches and looked it up, and I do believe them to be correct. I do think that this is a bacterial infection. The symptoms, the indications, the way it looks, everything is just spot on. Even the extremely rapid onset and death. I mean, we saw a few spots yesterday morning on that fish. By yesterday evening, it had white all over its head. And now if we look at it, you can see its whole entire belly has been turned white. So any abrasion or scrape or surface injury can allow this infection to take root on the outside, but eating the fish that are infected can give an internal infection to the fish, which can be much more hard to spot and still a killer, just kills them more slowly. So I'm not really sure why some of the fish in this tank got infected so rapidly and so aggressively and others have not, but you know, here we are looking at some carnage. I was expecting to see some bad stuff this morning, but I wasn't expecting to see everybody dead like this. That white, I mean the creek chub in the video I shot the other day, it had a white mouth, and I was commenting on whether that white mouth was normal or not, and I do believe that white mouth, and that may have been what brought it into the tank. There's a disease called cottonmouth disease, and it's not what you think. It actually it turns the fish's mouth sort of white and fuzzy, and it's a fungal infection. But this Columnaris is very similar, and it affects the fish in the same ways. The first places you generally see it is on the leading edge of the caudal fin, just like we see there. Often you will see it on the mouth, or on the leading edge of the dorsal fin you'll see a white spot, or on the back of the top of the head. All what I've been seeing in this tank, all of the same symptoms, whether it's the mouth, on my my now deceased warmouth over there. That's where we first saw it. We saw it on the back of the head, right in front of the dorsal fin was where we saw the first markings, and now this morning we can see it all across the belly. It's often mistaken for fin rot or the white cotton disease, or cotton mouth, whatever it's called. So where do we go from here? I do have some product that will treat for this disease. Let me see. I set the box down. Let's see if I can figure out where I set it, and I'll pick it up and show it to you. There it is. I have this product. It's Maracy 2, and it says specifically on this package that it treats for the very disease we're talking about, the Columnaris, or again, whatever it's called. The problem is whenever you do a dose of antibiotics, at least what I like to do and what the directions recommend, is for your first dose, you do a big whammy doodle double dose, and then you back off to a normal size daily dosage from then on for the additional week. So for a tank this size, to double dose it, I need 25 of these packages, and a full box only comes with 24. So I've used a few of these, and I only have 20 left, 20 packages left in here. Let me pull one out and I'll show you. It's just a powder that comes in a little package. You tear it open, if I can get some out. It just looks like that. It's just little packages. You rip them open, dissolve it into water, and then pour it into the tank. So I need 25 of them to treat this for the first day, and then I'm going to need 12 packs a day for the next 5 days. So cross your fingers and hope to God I did not transfer this into my 125, because I just removed the tilapia from this tank and went straight into my 125. No quarantine, no sterilizing the net, no nothing. Right out of this tank, right into the other one. So it is entirely likely that I have now transferred this to my 125, which would be a friggin' disaster. This fish, this tank, I don't have a ton of emotional attachment to the animals in it. As far as I'm concerned, they're just free fish that I catch out of the stream. I mean, I know that might sound a little cruel or callous, but it's the reality. You know, I can always just go catch more sunfish and put them in here, and if I didn't tell anybody, they wouldn't know they were different fish. The only one I am a little heartbroken about is this warmouth. As you can imagine, I was really growing fond of that, and I really wanted to see that grow up into its full size. But alas, now we will not get the chance to see that because he is very, very much dead. So I'm going to get started on this treatment today. We're going to do as much as I can put in there. Again, it's recommended to do a double dose to get the, if you're wondering what all that noise is, it's my kitten always comes in here whenever I'm in the room, and she loves playing with plastic bags that are on the floor for some reason. So that's what all that rustling and rattling noise you can hear in the background is. While it is recommended to do the full double dosage, it's not going to hurt me to get started with a almost double dose. I'm going to put the 20 packages in here, and then I ordered more, and I ordered them overnight delivery, so they'll be here tomorrow. So I can get started today, and then my second dose will go tomorrow, and I can just go right through the 5 days, and hopefully I can clear out any infection that's in this tank. I don't really know what else to say about it. I'm going to do a water change today. I'll get in there and I'll do some gravel vacuuming as best I can and try to remove as much of the waste and detritus off the bottom as possible. I certainly will be getting in there and getting those dead fish out of the tank. That's something that you should do pretty much as soon as possible. So I'm going to get started. I'm going to get the lights turned on the rest of the way, and then from there I'm going to go right into a water change, and we'll go ahead and get the package of stuff put in here, and we'll go from there. So stay tuned for updates. Make sure you're subscribed. You don't want to miss how this all turns out. We'll see what happens in the long run here, but hopefully we'll get on top of this before we lose any more fish in here. So thanks again for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, and don't forget this is my native tank. Thanks again, and I'll see you real soon in the next one.